I used to lie to myself every single night. Tomorrow, I'll change. But tomorrow never came. I was 21, broken, directionless, and everyone had given up on me, including myself. Until one story changed everything, and I mean everything. If you've ever felt lost, underestimated, or crushed by the weight of your own failures, this story, my story, is for you. Hit that like button, subscribe and stick around, because by the end, you'll see how I got the most unexpected revenge, not just on those who gave up on me, but on the version of myself that nearly destroyed me. The collapse. There's a certain kind of pain that doesn't scream. It just lingers, like a fog you can't see through. That was me. Just 6 months after dropping out of law school at 21, my life didn't just slow down. It stopped, and I didn't even realize how bad it was getting. Each day bled into the next. TV shows, junk food, late nights, no plans, and every night, I'd whisper the same lie to myself. Tomorrow will be different. Tomorrow I'll get my life back on track. Just not today. But tomorrow never came. Instead, that lie became a habit. And the habit became a prison. My friends stopped calling. My family started walking on eggshells around me, until they just left. One by one, they all went on vacation, leaving me alone in that suffocating house. And for the first time, I had to admit, it wasn't life that abandoned me. I abandoned myself. The breaking point, there's a moment when silence stops being peaceful and starts sounding like judgment. That was my home now, a hollow echo of who I used to be, the law student, the overachiever, the future lawyer of the family, gone. Instead, I was a ghost with a Netflix account, and when I looked in the mirror, I didn't recognize the person staring back. I didn't hate him, I pitied him, but I also resented him, because deep down, I knew the truth. I did this to myself. No one had betrayed me, no one had ruined me, except me. The discovery, catalyst, then, in the middle of one of those lifeless afternoons, while doom scrolling through Reddit of all places, I stumbled across a post titled, "This story changed my life." Skeptical, but desperate, I clicked. It was a short story, just a few paragraphs, called "The Egg" by Andy Weir, and let me tell you, by the time I finished reading it, I was shaking. The Egg, emotional retelling. It starts with death. A man dies in a car crash, sudden, meaningless, and just like that, he's in a void, face to face with God. But God doesn't look like some all-powerful being. He looks ordinary, like a teacher. What followed was the most intimate, terrifying, beautiful conversation I've ever read. Because God tells him, you're not just you, you're everyone, every person who's ever lived, every villain, every victim, every mother, every murderer, every hero, every lost soul. You are every human life across time, and all of this entire universe, it's just an egg, a place for you to grow, to evolve, to mature, until one day you're ready to be born as a god. The epiphany, turning point. That story wrecked me, not because it was sad, but because it called me out. Every excuse I made, every lie I told myself, every moment I played the victim, it all felt so small after that. If I was everyone, then the people I blamed, they were me. The pain I felt, also me, and the person I hated most in the world. The useless, broken version of me rotting in bed. That was the part of me that needed the most compassion. Suddenly it hit me. If I was capable of being everyone, then I was capable of becoming someone better. I wasn't just living in a house. I was living in my own egg. And the only way out was through growth. The revenge plan. But here's the part that felt like revenge. Not on people, not even on the world. It was revenge on the weakness that nearly swallowed me whole. So I made a plan, a real one. No more pretending tomorrow would save me. Tomorrow was dead. All I had was today, and today I started with the smallest rebellion. Made my bed. I brushed my teeth before noon. I sat down and journaled about my thoughts. Without shame. And you know what? That felt like war. Every task was a battle against the part of me that whispered, "What's the point?" But I fought every day, and it wasn't glorious. No motivational montage, no rousing soundtrack, just me taking back inch after inch of my life from the monster I'd created inside me. Fast forward 3 months, I wasn't fixed, but I was different. I started freelancing online, making real money. I joined a local gym, not to get jacked, but just to feel real again. I reconnected with one of my siblings and apologized for being emotionally unavailable. I started writing because I realized I actually have something to say. I was becoming, and that hopeless kid who stared at the ceiling every night lying to himself. He's gone. I buried him. That was the revenge, not rage, not punishment, but growth so undeniable. Even my past self wouldn't recognize me. So to anyone who's ever been written off, who's ever been dismissed, pitied, or told they're a waste of potential, I need you to hear this. The most brutal revenge is to outgrow the narrative they wrote for you, to become someone so strong, so aware, so alive, that the version of you they left behind can't even follow you. And to the version of me that nearly gave up, you lost, I win. The egg taught me this. We're all here to evolve, to fall, to break, to rise again, until we finally remember who we were always meant to be. And maybe that's what justice really is. Not punishment, but transformation. If this story stirred something in you, if you've ever felt like giving up, let this be your sign not to. Hit that like button, subscribe for more stories like this, and tell us in the comments, what version of yourself are you leaving behind? And remember, you're still inside the egg, but you won't be forever.